Namaste, everyone. Welcome and thank you for being here. Today, Earth Day, I'm going to start with a short, very short meditation that it's going to be a little bit of our intention for the practice. So find the seat that feels appropriate and comfortable for you. You can add pillows, blankets, anything that you need. And then as you settle, let your palms rest on your lap. Take a moment to feel your body in space, and if you choose to gently close your eyelids, let them become soft. And as you settle a little more, give yourself a moment to first pick up any sounds from the room you are in, maybe from outside. Notice those. And then slowly start bringing the attention inward. So we'll move from the outside world, the sounds coming from the place you are in, into your internal sounds. And the rest will become the background. So give yourself a moment to move from the conceptual world into the world of sensations. Maybe tingling, maybe throbbing, maybe pulsing. And as you do that, invite your eyeballs to gently start moving back and away from your eyelids. And imagine them moving towards the back of your head and slightly down towards the space of your spiritual heart. And as you settle in that place, invite the next few breaths to be an opportunity to release tension, allowing a little bit of space to enter the field of the body, the heart, and the mind. Now, as you sit in this moment, let yourself feel your connection with the earth. Your body comes from the earth. It is made from the elements of the earth, and it is one with the earth. Let yourself imagine that you have roots, and these roots go from your body deep into the soil of the earth to steady you, to hold you, and to nurture you. Imagine that you can sweep gently through your body and release whatever tensions or fears or other energies that perhaps are contracted or stuck down to be held by the earth below. And now an invitation to remember or imagine an old tree, perhaps a special one that you remember from your life, maybe a tree that is in your present life. And imagine you're standing in front of it now. You and the tree are meditating together in this very moment. And just as this tree has roots that go deep into earth, so do your roots go deep in you. And just as this tree has a trunk that is strong, even with storms, snow, ice, rain, or rainbows, all seasons, feel the trunk of your body stable, steady, like the trunk of that tree that is in front of you. Being together in the present as one. And the joys and sorrows and the praise and blame and gain and loss, like the winds of change, pass through the branches of the tree and of your life. And you can sway with them gently, yet underneath there is a sense of stillness and presence. Trust the stillness, the ground of being, and know that you can return to it over and over again. Trust the stillness, the ground of being, and know that you can return to it over and over again. In this elegant seat, relax the shoulders, invite the palms to come together in front of the heart. And if you want to set an intention for this practice or perhaps dedicate it to someone, take a moment to do so. And then we'll open together with the Om sound when you feel ready. First inhaling through the nose. Big exhale. Then breathing in again. Then we'll connect head, hands, heart, the three together, just for a moment before releasing. When you feel ready, your palms down, lifting the head and opening the eyes. Welcome again, everyone. I have a companion. Good. So today we are going to start by doing some exercises on the floor, like what I mean on the mat. So if you can see, I already put a blanket on top of my mat so I can slide a little bit on it as we do just a few exercises before moving more. So if you have a blanket, just place it on top of your mat so we can lie down on it and do some exercises there. I'll wait because I know that it may take a little bit of time. And I'm just going to check that everyone is okay there. Perfect. Okay. So just open up a blanket, put it on top of your mat so it's covered. And then after that, I know you love it. Okay. After that, we are going to lie down just for a moment. Release your whole body on your mat. Relax your shoulders. Release the head down. Let your hips drop a little deeper, your legs, your feet. Take a deep inhalation here through the nose. And exhale. One more like that, just to drop and become a little bit more grounded, a little bit more connected to earth today, to help us ground. Good, and then from here, we are going to start with the right side. So with my right leg, I'm going to start sliding the right foot up my left leg, like if I wanted to come to the tree pose. And then when I get as high up as I can, I'm going to lift that right knee towards the midline of my body, then let it drop to the other side, so it's crossing the midline. and that's an internal rotation. And then I'm going to slide the leg all the way back down. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing on the same leg. So I'm bending the right knee, sliding the leg up, the left leg, then bringing the knee back towards the midline, letting it drop to the left, and then sliding the leg all the way back down. We'll add 3 more like this. Imagine you're coming to the tree pose with the right leg, then bring the knee towards the midline, over to the left, letting it drop. That right hip will lift a little bit off the mat, then sliding the leg down. Let's go again. Slowly. These exercises are really nice to start lubricating the hips and activating the legs, so they are not meant to be fast, okay? Take a deep breath in and out after your last one. And then we'll go with the opposite leg. So whichever is the one you didn't do yet, I'm going with my left. I'm going to slide that left foot up. I'm not forcing it to be like super high, wherever it goes. Then from there, I'm lifting the knee towards the midline, going over to the right, and then sliding the leg back down. And again, let's add 4 more. Inhaling, bringing the knee towards the center and over to the side, re-extending slowly. Go with your breath, at your own pace. Remember, we are trying to bring a pause to our system, so no rush. Create the flow that feels appropriate for you. I'm going again and sliding the leg. And I'm going to add 1 more like that. Coming up with the knee, crossing over to the other side, and re-extending. Good, inhaling here, and exhale. Good, now a modification of this. So now I'm going to lift my leg off the mat. So I'm starting with the right leg again. And again, I'm going to bend the knee, but this time I'm going to keep my right foot in the air all the time. So I'm going to bend that knee like if I want to do the tree pose again, bringing it towards the center, over to the other side, and re-extending the leg without touching the mat. Again, creating that aerial tree pose to the side, towards the belly, over to the other side, and down. 3 more, same thing. Bringing the leg towards the tree pose or imaginary tree, crossing over and down. 2 more. You'll start feeling more activation of the groins and perhaps the outer hips. And then 1 more. Crossing over and release. Good, just notice sensations there, perhaps a little bit of burning or tingling, and then we'll go with the last side. 5 times, slowly lifting. This time I'm keeping my left foot over the mat without touching, and then releasing. And again, inhale, bring that knee over to the other side, and release. 3 more. I have my arms to the sides, but you can take a cactus shape, whichever shape for the arms feels natural and easy. Do a few more here. Slowly animating those joints. 1 more. This one is the aerial version of what we did before, and then we release. Good. Then from here, we're going to bend the knees and bring both knees towards the chest. And without using my hands or my arms, I'm going to, again, create a circle, this time with both knees bent, right? So I'm going to one side, then down towards the 6, let's say. Then I'm going towards the side and back towards the center, which would be the noon or 12. So again, I'm going one side, like in quarters, then towards the 6, and then back, and up. And notice how, depending where you're going with your knees, you're going to start feeling more of an arching action in the lower back. And perhaps when you're coming in with the knees to the chest, you feel more of the rounded motion, right? So go slow. I'm still going to the same side for one more. And then at the center, we'll reverse it, going the opposite way with both knees together, then down towards the end of your mat, towards the other side, and back towards the chest. And again, let's take a few more. We are also starting to activate our core a little more. You may start feeling it. If you can, try to lengthen your ribs down towards your pelvis. And one more, let's do before ending this. Good, and we take it back to the center. Good, nice. From here, I'm keeping my arms to the sides. Now I'm going to bring both my knees to the left, but you can choose which side. And the opposite arm, I'm going to try and extend it out and far. So I'm creating more of a stretch in that right line, right, of the side body. So I'm extending that arm, trying to bring my belly towards the right, dropping the right shoulder, and then slowly coming to center, switching the other way, both knees together to the other side, opposite arm trying to extend out and away. Good, and then again, back to center, both knees to one side, extending opposite arm, slowly coming back. Second side, both knees together. If they can go up towards the elbow, they go there. If not, no. And then I'm extending the opposite arm up. Good. We are going to add a little bit of something here. So same idea for the twist, both knees to one side. Now the opposite arm, I'm going to try and turn it. So my palm that it's basically facing up now, I'm going to try and turn it back. So it's like if I want to touch the floor or the carpet that you have in your room with your palm, turning the palm up and over. So it's an external rotation for that arm, and I'm still extending that arm away from it. And then slowly coming back. Second side, both knees to the other side. Now maybe you can see here how I'm rotating that arm externally. And if you can touch down, you touch down. If not, no. So it's a little bit of a deeper twist there. Let's do just one more on each side. Both knees to one side. My arm is turning out and back. And then both knees coming back to neutral or center. Last side. Extending and turning that arm up and over. Good. Then back to center. Good, and then put both your knees down. I move down on my mat. Good, put both your knees down. Bring your arms overhead, lace the fingers. Bring your hands behind the skull. And from there, just we'll take a few cat-cows. Inhaling, trying to create that arch in the lower back. With the exhale, navel moves towards the spine, elbows towards each other, and lifting a little bit there. It's not super extreme, okay? Inhaling, opening up, feel the arching and the opening in the chest, elbows out, exhaling, rounding. Two more, inhale, and exhale. One more, inhaling, broaden through the lungs, lift in the lower back. Exhale, elbows in, lengthening the back of the skull, drawing the belly down, and then return. Good, take your hands out to the sides, and then roll over to the side, push up towards a seat. Good, and now I'm going to move my blanket, so we don't need it now, maybe we'll use it again later, and we're going to come into the hands and knees. In the hands and knees position, we're going to do a little bit of a modification of this first. I'm going to tuck my toes. I'm going to keep my inner knees together and pushing down my mat. And as I tuck my toes, I'm going to push myself towards the heels, okay? And from here, so it's a modified child's pose. From here, I'm going to extend my arms, push the mat away, my belly is over my thighs, and I'm going to just stretch the sides of my body. If your forehead is able to touch down, you can let it, of course, touch down. You can also bring the blanket or a block there, and we stay for a few breaths. Opening up the backs of the feet, activating your toes, the backs of your legs. One more breath. Good, and then slowly coming back into the hands and knees. I'm going to move my hands under the shoulders. I like to dial my hands just a millimeter out, away from each other, so they are not exactly straight, but a little bit opened out. And then from there, I'm going to untuck my toes, and we are going to do a motion that is going to come from the ribs. So we activate also the thoracic. So you know how we do sometimes the circles with the hips? Today, what I'm going to say is, let's see if we can do it with the ribs. So what I'm going to do is to lift my ribs into the back of my body, then move them a little bit to the right side, then take them towards the mat, and then to the other side and back in. Okay, so it's a little bit like a hula hoop. So I'm sending ribs to the right, then down towards the mat, then to the left, and then I'm drawing them into my body. And again, to the right, then down, to the left side, and drawing them in. One more, same side. To the right, it's mostly your ribs doing the movement, okay? Then to the left, and back, like if you want to tuck them into your body. Now let's switch sides. I'm going to send them to the left, let them drop down, then to the right, and lifting them in. To the left, down, right, and in. And one more, to the left, or the side that you're going this time, down, and back to the right, and in. Beautiful. We go back to the neutral, and now we are going to inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread that left arm to the right, bring your left cheek down. You can always add a blanket or a pillow under the face. And look what I'm going to do today. So besides sending my left arm out to the side, I'm going to use my right hand, my right arm, to catch my left wrist or palm and push it away from my body. So it's like if I want to drag my left arm further out. So I'm doing that. You will feel a little bit more opening in the upper back on that left side. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Good, and then with my right hand, I'm going to support myself to return, okay? So I'm pressing through the right hand, coming back to the tabletop, and now I'm going the other way, same idea. I'm going to switch so you can see me. Inhaling, right arm up. Exhaling and threading to the other side, bringing my head down. Put the support there if you need. Once you find that twist, now my left hand is going to come catch that right arm and push it away from my body. So it's creating this motion of broadening my right shoulder blade away from the midline of my body, okay? So I'm pushing, breathe in and out. Softening the face, one more breath. Good, then use your left hand to help you return to that tabletop. Good, and now again, we are going to dial the hands a little bit to the side. So it's like if I'm spinning or pivoting my fingers a little bit out, away from each other. Move your knees a few inches behind your hips. Tuck your toes. And then we're going to push the mat away, open the chest a little bit there to start. And then lift your knees off the mat and start sending the sitting bones up and back. And we're going to play a little bit in this first down dog by letting the hips go from side to side. You don't have to stretch your legs at all yet. So my knees are still bent. I'm trying to draw my navel in, and I'm just swinging a little bit with the hips from side to side, and I'm even being a little bit creative in the sense of letting my hips go to the sides and perhaps pushing the mat away a little more, then returning. So play a little bit there to find a little bit more freedom to open the body. And when you feel that you did a little bit of that playing, then slowly start bringing the heels towards the end of your mat. That does not mean that they have to ground all the way. You can keep your knees bent, push the mat away, keep space in your upper back. That opening of the hands a little bit out is very helpful for me in doing that, so the collarbones stay wide. And if you are bringing the heels down, see if you can lengthen your inner heels towards the back of your mat, then drawing navel in, ribs down, relax the head, relax the neck, let it lengthen. One more breath. Good, and then we'll walk the feet towards the hands. And when you get there, you can add your blocks if you want, or just bring your hands to the elbows and release the trunk there. Bend the knees if you need it. Don't pull too much from the hamstrings if they feel tight or a little hard today. Let go of the head and the neck. And if you want, you can swing a little bit from side to side. A gentle motion here without tensing the neck. Let your ears become soft and heavy. And then we return to center for a moment, releasing the hands. Like I said again, if you need support under the hands, don't let the hands be dangling in the air, put something. And we are going to cross the right leg behind the left. And then again from there, drop the torso over the legs. Take a deep breath in. Long exhale. Now see if you can ground your right heel, the one that is behind, right? From the leg that is behind, push that heel down into earth. And I want you to imagine you have roots in that heel, and they are really spreading like the tree we were talking about in the beginning. So that heel is helping you really ground and root and expand into the earth. Good, and then we bring that right foot to the right, and we'll switch. Left foot goes behind to the right side. Draw again, the torso, drop it down. And now it's the left heel, the one that is behind, the one that is creating those roots, spreading, finding that support, that stability. And of course, we are activating more of the back of the leg, letting it open up a little more. Good. Stay steady in your breath. Your breath is your home, part of the stability of your trunk. And then we return with that left foot, feet together. Put your hands on your hips. Inhaling, we lengthen the spine, and we come all the way up to standing. Good. From here, we'll inhale, arms up overhead. Lace your fingers here and press the palms up towards the ceiling. I'm going to be here so you can see. Press, 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 lengthen the sides. And now both heels, they are rooting and again expanding. I want you to use the image of the tree today. So we are really using that image to help us find courage and strength and stability, even though there's ice, snow, storms, and earthquakes. And from there, we connect with our breath to stay steady. One more breath here. And then exhale, release. Good, beautiful. Let's go from the top of the mat. We'll move a little. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhaling, you can bend your knees. We fold over the legs. We inhale, coming halfway up. You can put the hands on the shins. Exhaling, we fold. Inhaling, arms all the way up. Exhaling into Tadasana. Releasing down. One more like that. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhaling, we fold. Inhaling halfway, hands to shins. Lengthen the sides and bring the ribs in, shoulders back. Exhale. Inhaling, arms up overhead. This time we'll exhale, bend the knees again, bringing the hands down, and we'll walk back to downward facing dog. Good, find your shape again here. Draw the front thigh muscles into the backs of your legs. Push your mat away. Draw the abdomen in. Good, and then we'll bring the knees down to the mat. And we are going to slide so we can bring the belly down onto the mat. Good, once you find that, slowly, tuck your toes and walk your toes as far in as you can. Your thighs and maybe your knees and your shins will be off the mat. My arms are going to come in front of me, and I'm going to put one palm over the other. My elbows are wide, and I'm going to keep my toes tucked at all times, lengthening the sacrum, drawing the navel in, and with the pressing or the action of pushing my elbows and my forearms down, I'm going to inhale and lift the sternum up. It's a modified cobra. So we inhale, this is more active in the spine. Draw the belly in, shoulders back, inhale. Exhale, stay. One more breath, inhale. Keep the toes tucked, exhale, bring the forehead to your hands. Take 2 breaths here and then we'll repeat. Good. Then from here, we'll repeat the same action again. So those hands, they stay as they are. The elbows are wide. My toes are tucked. I'm drawing the navel in and sending my sacrum into my body. Inhale, lift through the sides. Shoulders back. Sternum telescoping up to the skies. One more breath. Exhale, release the forehead, untuck your toes, shake a little bit, the hips wiggle from side to side. Good, bring your hands under the shoulders, tuck your toes one more time. We go to the tabletop and from there up into downward facing dog. Good, then bend your knees, gaze forward and walk towards the top of the mat or take a big step, hands to the hips. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. We come up towards standing. Good, I'm going to face you guys so we go together. I'll mirror you. So now we are going to stand and we are going to practice being steady like a tree. I'm going to press into the left foot. You can keep your hands on your hips. I'm drawing my trunk from the bottom up. It all starts in the roots of my feet. So from the feet, I'm spreading to feel that grounded sensation, right? That action of really spreading into earth. And from here, I'm going to lift, right knee. Go as high as you can, firm the hips in, bring the ribs down towards your pelvis. And you can go with your right hand, catch the foot, and bring the foot into the inner thigh opposite leg. You can always use a wall or you can keep your toes touching down on the floor or your mat, okay? From here, I want you to try and really firm the hip bones towards the midline of your body. Lengthen the spine. Draw those front ribs down and in. And then option here, if you want to take your branches today out and up, and lengthen. And you can even play with a little bit of wind and practice a little bit of that stability, okay? The stability is in your breath. It's in that trunk being steady through your core. And it's in that root, spreading, grounding, feeling stable. Good, let's take those branches out to the sides. Turn your palms to face up, extend through the fingertips. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the arms down. Right knee comes towards the center and we release and shake a little. Good, second side, pressing onto the right foot. Hands can go to the hips like we started before. Find that stability in the trunk, ground through the roots of your right foot, and then slowly we lift the left knee up. Well, now we firm the hips in, we lift through the central axis, and with your left hand, you can go catch the foot and bring that foot into the inner thigh or a little lower, or the toes down to the floor, using any prop, any support, okay? I don't want you to force that knee that it's bent to go out or back. I do want you to firm those hips in, so those bones, they are moving into the midline of your body, sacrum long, trunk steady, and you can choose whether you want to stay here with your arms, your hands, or in front of the heart, or send the branches out and up, lengthening through the sides, squeezing through the glutes. We are using a lot of group muscles here to tone the body, the core, the hip joint. Good, then you can play if you want with sending the arms out to the sides, turning the palms up and extending through the arms. Feel those shoulder blades connected. One more breath. Nice, arms up. Exhale, release the arms. Bring your left knee in, release that leg and shake it a little. Beautiful, let's go from the top of the mat. When you're ready, we are coming back to the top to move a little again. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhaling, folding into the Uttanasana shape. Inhaling to the half lift, drawing the navel up. Exhale to downward facing dog. Good, from here we are going to inhale, right leg up and back. Bring your right foot forward, send the left knee down. And from here we are going to lift into the low lift, okay? Now from here I want you again to firm the hips in. I'm not pushing my hips forward, I'm keeping my torso more upright. And from here we are going to inhale, arms up. And with the exhale, I'm going to take that shape of the cactus, another one from nature. We're going to lift and draw the navel up. And then inhale, send the elbows back. Exhale, forearms touch. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more, inhaling, opening the chest. Exhale. Good, from here, palms together, both elbows coming to the right. I'm going to try and hook the left elbow into the right knee. I'm pushing them into each other, drawing the belly up. And then from there, I'm going to try and send the belly and the chest towards the right as I push my right hand down. I'm going to switch so you can see me here. So I'm pressing the right palm over the left one so I can lift the chest a little more. Rolling the shoulders back, tone the inner legs. Option here to tuck your back toes and lift the left knee off the mat. Good. Root through your feet and lift the energy from there. One more breath. Good. Bring that left knee down. If it was up, return to the front. Bring both hands down. Left hand stays supported. Inhale, twisting to the right. We open the chest, shoulders back. One more breath. Good. Now I'm going to add a little something to this. I'm going to relift my left knee, and I'm going to send that right arm back and then down, forward, and up again. Back, down, forward, and up. One more. Back, down, forward, and up. Beautiful. And from here, right hand down. We go back to downward facing dog. Inhaling, we take the top of a push-up, plank pose. Bring your knees down first. Bending the elbows, the chest come down. Good. Then from there, sliding, we take the cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Deep breath out. We'll go to the second side. Inhaling, left leg goes up. Left foot comes forward, right knee comes down. And when you're ready, we lift up, second side. Good, tone the hips in, send the sacrum down. Inner legs are squeezing towards the midline. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhaling to the cactus shape. Good, we go from here, inhaling, opening. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. From here, palms together. Both elbows go to the left. I'm hooking if I can, outside the knee or on top. And then I'm pushing the left palm over the right one to bring the abdomen, the organs from right to left. Shoulders back. Keep the neck soft. Take a few breaths. Good. Option here to lift the right knee off the mat. Keep firming the hips. Mainly the left hip, you want to send it towards the back of your mat. Keep drawing the belly in and up. One more breath. Good, then slowly releasing, right knee back. Coming back to center. Send both hands down, right hand towards the right edge of your mat. We twist to the left. Shoulders back, lean back a little. Feel that freedom, that opening. Good. Choice again, lifting that back knee one more time. We'll add some rotations for the shoulder joints. So we go with that arm back and down, forward and up. Again, back, down, forward and up. One more, slow. Good, then we release that left hand back to downward facing dog. Inhaling towards the top of a push-up. Knees down, chest and chin. Keep the sitting bones up, feel that arch. Then slide towards the cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, bring the knees down, widen the knees, sit back, child's pose. And we take a few moments to reset, regroup, and find our breath again. As you come to this short pause, find your ground, reconnecting, the steadiness of the support, the ability to spread the roots And from there, draw the energy into our body that gives us strength, stability, courage, even when the seasons change and there's instability or fear or anxiety around us. Just a couple more. Good. Then slowly come up to a seat. And if you have blocks or something similar, have them with you. We'll use them super quickly in a second. But first I'm going to use this shape to close my knees and sit on my heels. If this is not available for you, you can use a block in between your feet and sit on top, flat, or you can put more than one. We are not staying long. From here, I'm going to keep my left hand to the side, left side, inhaling right arm up. And with the exhale, I'm bringing that right hand to the left, a simple twist, lifting through the spine, bringing the chest and the belly towards the left. Relaxing the shoulders, deep inhalation through the nose. Exhaling. One more. Good, and then we slowly return to center. Second side, right hand next to your hip. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, bring that left hand to the right. When you get there, relax the shoulders, draw the belly in, and see if you can bring from the left to the right, the chest and the organs for a couple of breaths. Good, then we slowly return to center. Last thing here, bring your hands behind you. My fingertips are pointing towards the back of my mat. And I'm just going to draw my shoulder blades towards each other, lifting through the sternum, lengthening through the sides towards my armpits, and letting my blades move down my back, okay? If you like to send your head further back, you can. I usually avoid that because of my neck. It doesn't like it, so I don't do that. I try to keep space behind the neck. One more breath. And then slowly coming back. Beautiful. From here, we are going to take our blocks. And I'm going to stand up. And we are going to use the blocks as support. I'm going to go with the same leg that I'm saying. We are going to start with the right foot coming in front. The left leg will go back. And I'm going to have that back foot turn with the heel turned in and the toes turned out. It's important that that back foot is grounded, so it shouldn't be like wiggly or that the heel is up. So that makes you lose points. So that back foot is grounded. Both feet are. We are rooting through them. And we are going to use a little bit of a spiraling action of the muscles to help us also create more opening. So my blocks, they are going to be both framing the front foot in case I need them. From there, I'm going to bring my hands into my hips, and I'm going to lift through the spine. If you find that this shape is very unstable for you, then you make it wider so the feet go away from each other, okay? From here, I'm going to roll the shoulders back, draw the navel in and up, let the shoulder blades come down, and firm the hips towards the midline of your body, okay? From here, we're going to inhale, arms up overhead. Keep lengthening through the sides. Exhale, lengthen the spine and come towards your blocks, but keep lengthening the sides until you come to the support. Good. Of course, the support can be as tall or as short as you need it, okay? Good. I'm going to take the blocks out so you can see my foot also, but I'm going to stay here, and we are going to firm again the hips into the midline. And I want you to make a point on pressing your inner right heel down towards earth. And that action of pressing that right inner heel down is creating a spiral that is making your right hip move up. So right inner heel down, right outer hip up. So it's like a real spiral that is connecting both sides, okay? And you keep the support there if you need. So draw the belly in, press into the right inner heel, create that spiral in the leg so that right outer hip goes all the way up to the ceiling, away from your right inner heel. Again, inhale, lengthen the spine. And then with the exhale, let the torso drop over that right leg. Of course, if you need extra height, you add it, or if you need to micro bend the front knee, you can, of course, do that. Now I want all of us actually to bend the right knee a little, press again into that right inner heel, press it down to ground, ground, ground there, and then re-extend, sending that spiral towards the right outer hip and up to the skies. Good. Keep those actions, make sure that the back foot is also grounded, press through the heel in that back foot. Keep the left hand onto your support, and then slowly bring the right hand onto the right hip, and still pushing hard through the right inner heel, lengthening the spine halfway, and then twisting towards the right. That right hip is still moving up behind me because I'm pushing through the right heel to create that spiral that goes all the way up to the right hip, and it's taking it up and back and into my body. Okay, good. From there, shoulders back, belly up, chest up, and you can add your right arm up for the revolve triangle. Breathing in and out. One more breath. Then slowly release that right hand down. Push through your heels, push through your feet, spread the toes, bring the hands onto your hips. And as you stabilize yourself through the feet, come all the way up. Woo! Nice. Okay, let's bring that left foot forward and we'll switch right foot back. Okay, left foot is in the front, my back heel is turned in. I'm making a little bit of space in between my feet if I need. And then I make sure that I have the blocks to support my shape, framing the front foot. Beautiful. From here, hands to the hips first, press through the feet, draw that navel in and up, send the sacrum down. Good. We send the shoulders back and down. We inhale, arms up. And then lengthen the sides, draw the belly in, bring the torso forward, like going towards the tabletop. And then slowly the hands come down to the support. Good, once I get there, micro bend that left knee and start creating a lot of pressure through the inner heel. So pin that inner heel like one of your roots from the tree down into earth. And from there you start creating a spiral that sends the left outer hip up towards the skies. Don't lose the inner heel though, it's easy to lose. So press into that base from the toes all the way to the inner heel starts that spiral up, up, up. I can feel it in my whole leg, all the way to the hip, up, up, up towards the skies. Inhale, lengthen, draw the lower belly up, and exhale, fold over the leg. Back foot is grounded, back inner arch is lifting. One more breath. Good, then I'm going to keep the support on my right side for my hand, left hand onto the left hip. Keep that spiral going, pressing into the left inner heel all the way up to the left hip. And from there, I'm going to lengthen halfway again my torso and start swiveling or spinning the belly and the chest towards the left. Good. If you need to re-bend that front knee, do so. If you need a little bit of that micro-bending action, if it feels too tight in the back of the leg, but keep that spiral from the heel to the hip and keep extending through that, and maybe you add the arm. Draw the navel in, shoulder blades into each other. One more breath. Slowly releasing. Good. Draw the belly in so you have power. Through the legs all the way up, hands to the hips, shoulders back. And we press, we push the floor to come up. Nice. Bring that right foot forward, shake it a little. Ooh, nice. Okay, now I'm going to use perhaps again the blocks. This time we are going to find a wide leg standing posture. And it doesn't have to be extremely wide. I'm going to have my toes tucked in a little and the heels out. And I want this posture to be supported. So if you have a couple of blocks or maybe a block and a blanket to put your head when you fall, maybe you need more than that. Maybe it's 2 blocks and then a pillow or something else. Do that. So keep them there in case they are needed. And we'll go from the top. Go settle there, press through the outer edges of your feet. In this one, we're going to try and ground through the outer edges and lift the inner arches, drawing that energy from earth up into the inner legs all the way to your groins, okay? Roll the shoulders back, inhaling. Stay there for the exhale. Good, keep this action of the spine lifting. Let's send the arms up, inhale. Good, and then exhale, lengthening slowly. We come towards the fold. And we are going to try and send the hands towards your ankles. And you're going to, of course, use one hand to settle the support for the head, wherever it is. And then from there, I'm going to, again, reset my outer feet. Micro bend your knees if you need. And then again, pushing through the outer edges of your heels, re-extend, finding that power through the inner legs, and resting the head at the height that it's needed for you. Stay there. I'll tell you when we get out. This is a super good posture, inverting, to give the body and the system a little bit of a change in energy. So stay there, take a few breaths. Try to find steadiness through the breath. Let it flow through the central channel in your body. Your legs are the roots of your tree. As you're grounding through the outer edges, you're drawing all of the nutrients that you need into your inner legs, into your groins, up into the rest of your body. One last full breath there. Good, and then slowly hands to the hips, pressing again through the feet. Find that stability to lengthen the spine and slowly return to the standing posture. Beautiful. Let's heel toe the feet slowly to come back towards the standing shape. Shake it a little here. Good. Okay. Let's go back to our tree. Today is Earth Day. So one more time, let's see how this tree feels today. We start by pressing into the left foot. We can go with hands into the hips and then lift your right knee. See if without help you can lift it a little higher. And now we are going to play a little bit with our tree. Before we hold, open that knee to the side. Stay there. See if you can hug those hips in, find that stability again, root through the heel, and then catch that foot and bring it into the tree. Good. Inhaling, arms up. Find the moment to sense this tree. Perhaps you can visualize the tree that you chose in the beginning of this journey and be one with that tree. For one last breath. Good, releasing the arms, bringing the knee in, release the leg and shake it a little. Good, just a moment. And then we'll set up for our second and last one. Pressing into the right foot. Hands to the hips if you choose. Slowly bringing that left knee up. Firm the hips, lift the trunk of your tree. Find stability there and find it in your breath as well. From there, we take the knee out to the side. It's like the branches, they are expanding. See what happens there with stability. And then when you're ready, catch the foot, bring that tree in to the body. Beautiful. Once you're there, firm the hips again, lengthen through the sacrum, lift the trunk. Let's take the arms up. If the palms are not touching, of course, you choose the version that feels appropriate for you. Lengthen, feel the stability, the power of feeling grounded, even when there are winds, rain, ice, or rainbows. One more breath. Then slowly releasing, bringing that knee in and shake it a little, letting it go. Nice. Let's open our feet a little bit wider than the hips, toes out, and slowly start bringing the hips down. You can wiggle like I do. I like to dance. And we come down towards the squat. My hands and arms are inside. And I like that wiggling action because it's also good to get a little deeper and different into the hips. So I don't know if you can see, but I'm playing a little bit with swinging from side to side until I wiggle my way into the full squat. If you need a block or any support underneath, you can put it as a support to learn the shape. You can also roll a blanket or put pillows under your heels if you need support there. Let's take a few breaths. Relaxing the skin in the face. Draw the attention in. One more breath. Good, then use your hands, bring them behind you to help you come to the seat. Extend the legs for a moment and shake from side to side a little. Good, I'm going to do one more kind of like a more fancy shape that I feel it's really nice. So I'm going to use two blocks. If you have something like books instead, it can be also. And I'm going to put them one next to the other. So one next to the other so they become long. They are in the flat mode. And then over that, I'm going to put a blanket. I'm opening the blanket a little and then just setting it on top so it's not too hard if the blocks are hard blocks, okay? So make sure you have that. I'm leaving like part of the blanket behind, right? So in case I need it. Good. Okay, what's going to happen here? I see some of you like setting up, so no worries. Once you have these, I'm thinking, if not, if you have a bolster instead, it could be also. So it's something that is going to elevate my shoulders. When I come into the shape, I'm going to sit in front. And it might be a little high, so you will have to bear with organizing it. I'm coming into the two blocks, and I'm going to test and check that my shoulders are right at the edge of those blocks. So they are not outside, they are on top, right at the edge, and my head is the one that is going to stay out. Now you can see how my head has like a big dip into the floor. So for some of us, we need to either roll that rest of the blanket a little, so you have a little extra support for the head, or you can add a pillow or something like that, okay? So check that it's comfortable or that it's more or less bearable, And from there, I'm going to open the arms to the sides. And we are going to stay here for a couple of breaths, feeling that opening in the chest first. This may be enough for you today. So this is already a shape that it's opening up lungs, creating a little bit of a back bend here, of course, and it may be a little intense. So take it, of course, gradually as you feel appropriate for you, okay? I'm rounding through my feet. And what I'm going to add here, it's a gentle movement for the arms by bringing my arms up over, like in front of my face, like if I want to do the Namaste. I'm staying there, I'm just going to send one palm a little higher and then the other. So what I'm doing is moving my shoulders away from the block, one at a time, just a few times. Remember that if you need to add more support for the head, add it there. Just a couple more. I'm going one palm a little further up, then the other palm. Then I'm returning towards the neutral. And from there, I'm going to send both my arms overhead and then back up to be perpendicular to the floor. And again, over the head and then back up. Slow, let's go again. Over the head and back towards the skies. One more, over the head all the way to the floor as far as they go and back up. Good, now I'm going to bring my arms all the way down until I catch the sides of my mat, okay? This one is a little bit more intense, so you choose if you want to do it. I'm holding my mat, I'm pressing through my feet. I'm going to activate my glutes and send my sacrum into my body. And from there, I'm going to lift the pelvis. So it's a modified bridge pose. From here, I'm going to send my outer hips up, my sacrum in, and I'm pushing my mat away with my hands. So it's an active posture through the feet, through the hamstrings, through the glutes, and the outer hips. Take a couple of breaths. Good, and then slowly we return, bringing the torso down gently until you feel the sacrum, the lower back touching back down. Good, let's slowly roll over to the side so we can press up and take that little setup out to the side. Just push it out, come back onto your back. Soles of the feet together, knees wide to the sides. You can bring your hands onto your abdomen or one hand to the heart center, one to the pelvis. Drop into the support and release the weight of your body here. We take a few breaths before coming towards the end of the journey. Stay here, relax your body. Don't force anything. Relax the skin in your face, your jaws, your tongue. And then slowly with your hands, bring your knees towards each other. Hug them into the chest. And with a gentle movement from side to side, massage the lower back, the back of your pelvis. You can create a few circles if you want. Gentle, just to return. Good. Open your arms to the sides. This is a very short ending. Bring both knees to one side, relaxing both shoulders, opening the chest. And whichever side you chose for your knees, let the chin go to the opposite side. Unless the neck doesn't feel comfortable there, 2 breaths only, so we can come to Shavasana. And then we'll change after the second cycle, no rush, back up towards the center. If you need to shift your hips, do so, and then take the knees both together to the opposite side, chin to the opposite one of the legs. Good. After that second long and steady cycle, return to center. Extend the legs towards the end of your mat. Bring your arms alongside the torso. If you'd like to add padding for your body or your head or cover your eyes, anything that you want to add, please do. And come towards the rest, Shavasana. The moment that we have after the journey to get the insight of the whole practice, to let go of doing, to let go of controlling, and to regroup, letting all the benefits of this practice feel our whole system, our body, our spirit, our soul.